Alright, hello everybody. My name is DaveTerenas.
And I am J.M. Goldstein.
I'm Star Noble.
And we are the Unknown Bones, and we are going to be reading for you A Sleepover to Remember. This is by a person named Forrest Rose. And I really think this is going to be a reading that you're going to want to forget afterwards. So without any further ado, here we go. The knock on my door came only minutes before the expected arrival of my guest. 6 p.m. Tonight was my sleepover, and I had invited my 5 closest friends. Laura. She had been my best friend since the start of first year, along with Alicia. Laura had long blonde hair and a pale complexion. She was really great at art and was in love with makeup. Her makeup skills were impeccable. She had blue eyes like me. Alicia. She also had been my friend since first year. Alicia had dark skin and dark hair. She had brown eyes and was always there to defend her friends. My 3 other best friends were boys, and I had only started being friends with them at the end of second year. We were now in 4th year. My best friend out of all my boy best friends was Jay. I had fancied him in the first year, which made it kind of awkward at the start, but anyhow. Jay had short brown hair and blue eyes. He was a really good dancer as well, and was good at basketball. Mike, Jay's best friend, was a really nice guy. He used to go out with Laura, but she hadn't really liked him that much in that way. But Laura had confided in me the week before she might have been feeling a bit more than friendship. It was weird. Anyway, he had blonde hair and blue eyes. Last but not least was Paul. He had brown, spiky hair and brown eyes. Alicia had fancied him from second year, and she still really liked him.
I walked downstairs and answered the door. Alicia and Laura stood there with their bags and what looked like 3 bottles of Diet Coke. I greeted them with hugs, and they walked in after me. We went up to my room, and we put their things in. My room had my bed, which had 3 sides to it, so it was kind of like a couch. I also had a sofa bed. It pulled out into a bed, but right now, it was a couch. We sat down and talked for a bit until I heard the door go again. I got up and left Alicia and Laura to talk about how Alicia really liked Paul. I rolled my eyes. It used to be me in that position. I used to like this guy in our class, Liam, not Neeson. He was a total jerk, but I had liked him. Nearing the end of second year, I found out, and then he acted as if he didn't know about it. Then he kept asking me if I thought my old friend Carrie liked him. Oh, Laura and Alicia and I used to be really good friends with Carrie and Lyra. But in third year, we grew apart. Anyway, I got to the door and opened it. Standing on my front steps was Mike and Paul. I greeted them as I had Laura and Alicia with a hug. It was halfway through the summer holidays, and I hadn't seen them since the end of term. We walked upstairs, and I saw they had brought more juice. The night before, my mom and I had been shopping for supplies. We had bought loads of stuff. Mom was staying at her friend Millie's tonight to let us have some fun. Millie only lived a few streets away. My desk was now overflowing with juice and food. I also had some energy juice. That had been so funny in second year when Paul, Mike, and Jay drank some and became all weird. Jay became really overexcited. Mike became really drowsy, and Paul became really touchy-feely with Mike. It was hilarious.
Melanie, I heard Paul say my name. He was sitting next to Alicia, who looked like she had won the lottery. They were all staring at me.
Sorry, I was just remembering the energy juice incident in second year. I grinned.
They all laughed as they remembered it as well. A loud knock came from downstairs. I took off down the stairs, knowing who it was exactly. I wrenched the door open to find
serial killer.
Jay standing there, grin plastered on his face. I jumped on him and hugged him. He hugged me back tightly. We broke apart. He put his arm round my shoulder as we walked upstairs. We reached my room and heard the others whispering. We stood for a moment, looked at each other, then decided to listen.
But they obviously like each other, I heard Paul say.
Yeah, they are perfect for each other. I don't get why they don't realize it. Alicia spoke softly. Who were they talking about?
You say Melanie liked him in first year? Paul asked. One of them must have nodded.
Remember? You sent that email, Laura? Alicia remembered.
Yeah, and then we thought you were joking. Then that whole thing in the corridor with everybody finding out, Mike said. I felt myself blush. They were talking about us. I snuck a glance at Jay, who was standing frozen, listening. He said he didn't like her, but I caught him off guard one day, and he admitted that he had thought about asking her out, and thought she was really smart and kind.
Really? Laura gasped.
Yeah, he's always liked her, Paul answered. I looked at Jay. He had an annoyed look on his face. I laughed and walked through the door. The others jumped.
Well, I tell you, Jay, you ever try to beat me up the stairs again, and you won't know what's happened. I grinned. Jay followed me in, a false smile on his face. Was it true what they just said? Had he liked me? Bloody hell, what's wrong with you lot?
Nothing. Laura was just telling us about this person on YouTube. Alicia covered up.
Is it DaveTerenas?
There's DaveTerenas.
Laura loves people on YouTube.
Okay, so how's everybody's holiday then? I grinned, taking a seat on the computer chair. Jay sat down on the couch next to Paul and Alicia. Laura and Mike were sitting on my bed couch. For the next hour, we sat and talked about the holidays. A couple of times I saw Jay staring at me, but if I looked at him, he turned away. What was going on? Of course I liked Jay. He was my best friend, but did I like him like that? I needed to stop thinking about it and find a distraction. Then Alicia brought up a question that would be a great distraction.
Have you ever seen Jay without his shirt? I mean, does anyone want to play Truth, Dare, or Would You Rather? She asked, smirking at me.
Oh no, you'll make horrible, crude would you rathers, I moaned. Laura and Alicia laughed and all the boys agreed, so we began. Paul went first.
Truth, Dare, or Would You Rather? I asked. He picked Truth. Who do you like?
Oh, I don't like anyone, he mumbled, obviously not telling the truth.
Well, fine then, let's make it easier. Alicia or Laura? I asked, smirking at Alicia. She looked shocked, angered, and then giddy. Oh crap, she's gonna get that for me.
Alicia, Paul blushed. I saw Alicia's eyes became wide. I grinned at her.
Alicia, Truth, Dare, or Would You Rather? Laura asked Alicia.
Truth, she said, looking quite scared at what we asked.
If Paul asked you out, would you say yes? Laura flashed me a wicked grin. I laughed.
Truthfully, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, Paul, you're one of my best friends, so if it wouldn't make things awkward.
She answered. I could tell even against her dark skin a faint blush could be seen. I saw Paul blushing as well. He grinned at her.
Mike, Truth, Dare, or Would You Rather? Alicia asked Mike.
Would you rather? He grinned.
Would you rather sleep with Elena or sleep with a pig? Alicia smirked as I choked. They all stared at me.
Is there much difference? I said, shaking with laughter.
Pig. Not Elena Pigginzo.
Laura! Mike asked. She picked Truth.
Have you ever gone really far with a boy? He asked, looking more than just curious. Oh, I think he likes her.
No, I kissed as far as I've gone. She smiled. And it was you in second year.
Oh my.
she added, getting a look from Alicia and I, astonished by her bluntness.
Melanie, Jay asked me. I turned and looked at him.
Dare. I grinned. I was the first to pick dare.
I dare you to down a whole liter bottle of Earn Brew, whatever. He grinned mischievously. I heard Laura and Alicia groan. They boys looked furiously at us.
She used to down the match cans of Earn Brew at lunch. You know, about the 500 milliliter ones. Laura said with a kind of disgust.
Right, let's go. I grabbed one of the 15 bottles and opened it. I brought it to my lips.
I downed it within 30 seconds. All the boys clapped at me. The girls laughed.
Jay, truth, dare, or would you rather? Paul asked him.
Dare, he grinned. All at once, I saw the four of them grin at each other. What were they planning?
I dare you to snog Melanie, Paul smirked. I choked on thin air.
I haven't heard that word since Harry Potter.
Jay looked really shocked, and all of our friends were grinning.
Okay, Jay smiled bluntly at me. You ready?
I looked at him. He was going through with this.
Woo!
He stood up and pulled me to my feet. He whispered in my ear, "But there's a dare, right? Let's make them drop dead." I grinned at him, and he bent his head to mine and pressed his lips to mine. It was slow and sweet, but somehow disgusting. Magical. He held my hand as well, and it made me wonder if I did have feelings for him. His tongue brushed on my lips, and I guess by snogs I meant with tongues. I opened my mouth, and his tongue explored my... I don't know if I can do this.
We have to keep going.
Do it! We broke apart, and we both blushed. We turned round to see the others, looking shocked. Oh, really? Why? Why would that shock anybody?
What? I asked them. They all grinned. It was kind of awkward between Jay and me now. No, really. We sat back down in our respective places. We started talking again, and I noticed Laura looking at me weirdly. I think I was grinning really brightly. The truth was, that had been my first kiss. She gestured to me to make an excuse so we could go talk.
Hey, I'm going to go put pizza on, Laura. Would you help me? I smiled, everyone nodded, and Laura followed me out of the room. We got down to the kitchen. I got the pizzas out of the freezer, while Laura looked at me skeptically.
Do you like him? She asked. I turned around and laughed.
No, I kissed him for no reason.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like porn stars. They don't really like each other. I mean, what do you mean? I asked, her trying to take the hint of, yes, I do like him, out of my voice. Wait, what? Did I like him?
Come off it, she said, putting the oven on for me. You just kissed him for 30 seconds, and I saw the way you were grinning there. I totally just went out of turn, didn't I?
It's alright.
I'm very sorry.
Okay, I'll take this one. Laura, I was grinning because he was my first kiss, I admitted to her.
Really? She screeched. I shushed her as I put the pizzas in the oven.
Look, Laura, Jay is my best friend. I love him, but like a brother. And I don't know if I like him. I mean, that kiss was amazing.
Bloody heck.
But it was just a dare, I said, walking back to the stairs. She followed me. We reached my door, but she stopped me.
I'll be watching, she whispered with a smirk, 'cause I'm a voyeur. We went in and saw Jay in a heated discussion with Mike. Alicia and Paul were flirting on the couch. At least it's not Paul and Mike. I sniggered at them. Jay turned and saw us. He grinned at me and beckoned me over. I sat next to him on the couch where he had moved to.
Oh, my ears.
Mike sat at the other end, and Laura sat on the computer chair looking at us. I sat down next to him, and he put his arm around me, and I leaned my head on his chest. Laura quirked her eyebrow. I didn't know that was a word. And I frowned. Was she right? Did I like him? A better question was, did he like me?
Jay flicked me on the head, and I turned to look at him.
What? I asked. He grinned and held his hand out. I put my hand in his, lifting my eyebrow now. He felt my hand and stared off into space. Suspicious? Or what? 20 minutes late? Dang. I stood up suddenly, remembering the pizza.
Where are you going? Jay asked.
Take the pizza, wanna come? I said, walking towards the door. He got up and I saw Laura smirk and Alicia follow her gaze. She smirked as well. I rolled my eyes. Why did all of a sudden think I liked him? We walked down in silence.
I don't know.
No reason. So, about that kiss, Jay said as I used the oven glove to take out the pizza. I almost dropped it when he said it, and he rushed over to help me, and he managed to burn his hand on the hot tray.
Idiot! I muttered as I pulled his hand and ran freezing water over it. Would you do that?
I didn't finish my sentence because I felt his other hand on my waist. I turned round to face him. His face was right in front of me.
What are you doing? I asked him. He didn't answer. He just pressed his lips to mine. Why do I always end up reading this?
Right.
It was passionate and sweet. His tongue explored my mouth again, and his hands wove round my waist.
Ooh, baby.
I shrieked. We broke apart.
What? He asked, scared. What's wrong?
I looked down at my t-shirt, and it was soaking wet. We'd left the sink running, and his hands were soaking.
Oh, shit, I murmured, turning the tap off. I'll be back in a minute. There's a t-shirt of mine in the dining room. He nodded his head and went to pick up the tray of pizza with the oven glove this time. I went through and found my t-shirt. I pulled my wet one off and was about to pull the other one on when I heard a very disturbed talk. I turned around in my bra and saw Jay. Oh, God damn it! I turned around in my bra and saw Jay standing there. I quickly put the dry t-shirt on.
He was still staring at my chest. I coughed uncomfortably.
His eyes snapped up to mine, and he blushed.
Sorry, I just wanted to tell you. Oh, crap, I forgot. He grinned lopsidedly.
Jay, why did I started, but all of my other friends came bounding down the stairs.
We had a shake, Laura said, staring at us. Jay turned to look at me.
That idiot, I said, shaking my head and pointing at Jay. Burnt his hand on the baking tray and I ran his hand under water, and then he decided to splash me. I shrieked and then my top was soaked. I showed them my top, and then I changed my top.
How many times can we use the word top?
Top.
They all laughed, but I saw Laura give Alicia a look.
Well, I'll go get pizza. Jay, is your hand all right? I asked him.
He nodded and smiled. What was going on between us? I went back through and put the pizzas on plates and cut them. I called for someone to help me take them upstairs. I heard them go up to the stairs and Paul came into the room smiling, and I think this would be a great time to take a break.
Yeah. I'm gonna need, hold on, I'm in the mood for some, Earl Grey tea and Jaffa cakes for some reason.
Oh, yes, we'll take a 15-minute break, and we'll come back, and we will finish off a sleepover to remember.
Can't wait.
All right.